John.
One of the big lies is that everything we do for changing things for the better has to happen in collectives or groups. We call it collectivism in my circles. And what that is a term that's not talking about coming together as a community or a family or a nation or something like that. It's talking about this push that we see happening at the political level. And this is on the global level and on the regional level. Like here in Canada, we're experiencing it on full blast. I'm sure everybody else knows what I'm talking about. We're being presented with all of these global challenges like climate change and all the gender issues and the battle of the sexes and pandemics and wars. We've got threats of wars and looming wars, economics, right? There are issues. Of course, the way they're being told to us, the way they're being presented to us are the lies. That's what I'm talking about, is that it's propagandized issues to induce a response from the public that leads the people that are crafting these lies towards the ends they're already trying to achieve, right? Like they're trying to use these issues to keep us in a state of fear, lockdown of our minds, really, and then say, well, the only solution is if we all just come together and fix these solutions by granting more power to these government agencies or these private corporations or these big tech, whatever it is. We got to centralize power and have sort of a one ring to rule them all type of world government system that will allow us to end all the wars, to stop all the climate change, to end all the pandemics, to deal with all the racism and all the things. If we could just have a totalitarian surveillance state that could micromanage every fine detail of your life, then we could finally have the utopia. So maybe I should say the first big lie is that we're going to achieve a global utopia by granting godlike power to Bill Gates, the WEF, the UN, the Communist International and friends, okay? All the people on the Jeffrey Epstein list, no doubt. That's somehow how we're going to achieve a utopia, rather than what I feel is a better alternative, which would be to listen to the great wise sages and the great thinkers that have already talked about the solutions from the perspective of the individual and how to work on the individual level to create change in the world that will then affect the collective. So it's sort of like they're giving us a backwards, upside down solution to legitimate problems. In many ways, you could say a lot of those problems are manufactured. Not saying they don't exist, but they're fueled to exist. They're encouraged to exist so that these people can hide behind this sort of sheep's clothing and grant them the power to save us from those problems. So it's the old problem reaction solution kind of thing. I see that as one of the big ones. But I guess in that answer, there is a lot of those separate issues I brought up that you could look at as some of the major lies. But the big one is this is also a means of dividing us further.